I now feel less safe and less comfortable hunting on my own land because I feel like I'm always looking over my shoulder.
Walking around my own property, I feel like I'm under surveillance because game wardens could be anywhere. My name is Dalton Boley. This is my home in Killen, Alabama, and this is our little escape from the world. Our neighbor Regina, she's got 10 acres out there that, as we got to know her, she gave us free reign to it and was just like, hey, if you can kind of help take care of this, you can kind of do what you want with it. And the boys have loved the opportunity to be able to camp in their backyard, but not feel like they're in their backyard. Like, they love to go set up that tent, roast marshmallows, hot dogs, and have that just kind of away time while still being right there in the backyard. And that's the great thing about the land is it's covered with no trespassing signs. Like, no part of this is easily accessible. Like, you would have to fight your way through something in order to get there or be hopping a fence.
My name is Dale Liles, live here in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. I'm currently the director of the Colbert Lawrence Ducks Unlimited chapter. You know, they've been conserving wetlands for longer than I've been living. We've put a lot of sweat and energy and I'd say love and passion into it.
The first time I ever learned of a game warden being on my property or having any interest in the property is when I found one of my cameras turned to the side and the other camera was watching the same field. I had pictures of him walking around and snooping around the woods without ever saying anything, without ever contacting me.
So it's late summer and I noticed a truck on the edge of my property. I waited, I hollered for him, didn't get any response. He got in his vehicle and left, you know, in a hurry. So I caught him going out the property and told him to pull over. I want to talk to him. I said, if there's something you take exception to on my property, let's me and you go back down there and you point it out to me.
The next time that the game warden showed up on my property and the first time I interacted with them, I'm walking through my kitchen and I look out my back window and I see two game wardens at Regina's house at early in the morning knocking on her door. So I get dressed to kind of go see what's going on, and all of a sudden they're in my driveway talking to me and implying that I should know who they were and that I should know why they are there, and even admitted to being on the property more times than I was aware of. So I got a warning, and it seemed like they just did that because they needed to mark that they were here. Because when I asked, what have you seen or what do you have, I didn't get as clear answer.
To my knowledge, 3 times that cameras have caught him, you know, on our property. I do not know how many more times he's been there, but I'm sure there's several others. I have never, in my 57 years, had a violation for hunting.
One of the nice things when we first moved here, but prior to all this happening with the game wardens, is I could kind of keep tabs on my kids out there through the trail cameras, but now I don't know who else is watching my kids. I don't know who is watching them. I don't know who has videos or pictures of my kids, and that's scary in this world. I don't know who has it. I don't know what they're doing with those pictures. One of the biggest struggles that I've had since this happened is nature was my way to kind of decompress and get away from things after being in the military, and now I feel like I can't even do that.
They don't wear hunter arms when they're in the woods sneaking around, where we're required to. It's very dangerous. And hunting any property, including mine, it's very important to know where everyone's at all times, you know, when you're dealing with weapons. I have nothing but respect for the Fish and Game Department, but I think they should be subject to the same rules that apply to other law enforcement agencies.
I'm hoping this benefits everybody that's in the state, because I think as residents of Alabama, we should have the right to protect our own land.